Yo, dickweed, you want to stop walking so fucking slow? Get your ass over here.
Oh, forgive me, Mr. Piston.
You better. I'll fucking throw you off this balcony. I could get another murder charge.
What I do?
Johnson, are you able to be around, like, what did you say, Vin? 6 p.m. tomorrow?
Like 6 p.m. EST.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right. So here's the Ellie. So I gotta just be honest, right?
Just be honest with them.
Okay.
Look, we're all part of the firm. Like, you're good. Nothing's leaving this.
Attorney-client privilege.
Okay. So I think a video got leaked. Okay, Cassidy's calling me right now. Cassidy, can you please call my lawyer, Ellie Fletch, please? Can you call my lawyer, Ellie Fletch? Yes, I will have her call you. Okay.
Someone send me your number.
So,
yeah, I can do that.
Long story short, I think a video was leaked of me killing the ex-chief of police.
Oh, okay.
Oh. That is not what a lawyer wants to hear.
No, hold on. That's fine. That's fine.
That's fine.
We're in an
work
age
this.
of AI-generated videos.
That's
you know?
right.
What makes you think it got leaked?
Hold on, let me show my, just in case this radio that's been...
Hello, Sheriff Cassidy.
Hi, Leanne. It's Ellie.
Hi.
So we're currently having a chat with Mr. Piston right now. He's wondering if it's possible we could schedule this for 6 p.m. EST tomorrow, just because he did hear that it was going to be a long one, and he doesn't want to sit around for 3 hours. It's gonna, he's
that's entirely
between
fair.
you and I, he's a little bit older, and he needs to make sure he gets his rest.
Between you and me, that's what I told these other officers. I said we should get him in here before he has to go be an old man and go to bed.
Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah, so 6 p.m. tomorrow, if that works for you.
Okay. The good news is did he tell you that he admitted the stabbing of Bubba Duque to me?
No.
Of course he didn't. No, he did. He did it over the phone. He said, "Yeah, I stabbed that motherfucker. He talked shit about my Izzy." So that takes a one case off the table. But if he's wanting to go to bed a little early today, that's understandable. We can schedule for 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that would be best. It gives, us time to talk to him and find out exactly what he has or hasn't said as well.
Yeah, so there's that. Just for the courtesy, because I did promise him that this was not a trap to arrest him on a warrant, we will, if you want to talk to him about turning himself in for that, I can hold on the warrant for the interrogation.
Okay.
But we can push it after.
All right.
If he wants to serve it after, that's up to him, but we'll push it when he leaves.
Okay. All right. Let me run that by him, and I will let you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Bye. Vinny!
What?
You admitted to her on the phone that you stabbed someone?
No.
Well, apparently you did.
No, I said, yeah, I did that shit, but there's no proof. Like, what the hell?
Jesus.
No, he was
Holy
talking shit
hell.
about fucking Izzy at the funeral. I mean, what do you want me to do, bro?
Oh.
So,
John
back
thinks
to the
it's
story.
tier 3.
The night of Izzy's funeral. Well, this is perfect that you just brought that up, Ellie. The night of Izzy's funeral, I get a phone call from Tony Rico. Prior to that is where I stabbed the hobo guy. I think that's what they're getting on me too. I don't know. I think the guy might have died also. I'm not sure. Tony Rico gives me a call and is basically implicating and saying that I'm talking to the cops, snitching to them about him having involvement in Izzy Romano's death. Where I said, why the fuck would I ever do that for? Like, are you fucking stupid? Then he proceeded to tell me is that if I don't be a good boy, he is gonna leak the video. And I said, well, what type of mob boss are you that you would leak a video? So he turned around and said, well, I'm not gonna leak it, but I'll make sure it's out there that it gets leaked. So fast forward, they were doing the other day they were doing a protest at Mission Row for Carmela's death. where randomly, with all the cops there, and Cassidy was there also, Leanne Cassidy, the sheriff, somebody randomly throws a document out there. Vinny used to fuck Izzy Romano, and he's the one that killed her.
Okay.
So I think Tony was in the crowd and did that.
Fuck.
Okay, but it's just a document, though, right? It's
Yeah,
no...
it was just a document
Okay.
just saying
Okay.
that, yeah, Vinny Pistone used to fuck Izzy Romano, and he killed her.
Okay. Okay.
Now, the thing is this. Leanne told me the reason why they want me to meet with them is because, because I used to date her. But this is, I think it's straight bullshit because you're talking 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? And I strongly feel that this rat fuck put the video out there. They have that video.
Okay. I feel like there's a couple ways they could go about this. They did have the video, and it was very clear to them. They might have the PC to put you under arrest right now, which they don't have. They don't have you under arrest. So it may be the case that they don't have it, and they just have that
Ellie,
document.
turn around for me a minute. So the worst part about it is when I stabbed her,
Yeah.
I was literally like this.
Oh,
Oh.
fuck me. Okay. All right. You should have told me
Okay.
to turn around too. I would have appreciated that.
So we don't
Well,
want the
I'm-
video.
I'm showing you guys because you're my lawyer.
Yeah.
Appreciate.
Okay.
Yep.
Because the problem is that I can't put any other drawers on. Okay,
Yeah,
you can turn
yeah.
around.
Okay.
Okay. The tattoos, the markings that were all...
I thought I was going to fight Tony Rico again because I beat the living fuck out of him in a ring once before. So
Right.
we thought we were going to another fight in a ring, and it ended up being a sit-down dinner where I was walking around with my fucking bulge hanging out, and they got me on video just like that, probably.
I'm gonna ask the obvious question here. What'd you do to piss him off to make him leak that?
I think because the woman that he is with, Rosa
Car
Garcia, that
approaching?
used to be part of, she.
You
guys don't mind if I have a quick sit, do you?
No, hey, he's...
Yeah, just try to be quick, boss.
I just don't want to step on any toes.
No, all good. All good. He's been getting hot lately, huh? What?
Well, I
One of
guess,
these
you
days.
know, since this one isn't a detailed thing, Leanne did say that if we are putting, this off till tomorrow, she won't push your warrant until after, but you have to turn yourself in after, we meet with them.
What?
So they are planning on charging him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no.
okay.
Hmm.
Well, let's wait. Look, a lot of this could be
Let's
scare
just-
tactics.
Give me 1 second. I gotta go stretch my lungs out a minute while this
Yeah.
guy's he's over here meditating.
Okay.
Coming
All
mid-
good.
So they are gonna push a warrant then.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It could
Might be
be.
real.
It might be for the fact that you did admit the stabbing over the phone. Like, it could be for that.
I mean, that's just hearsay. If you really think about it. Oh yeah, I did that shit. I'll do it again. I mean, that's just hearsay. They have no proof.
Was it like context surrounding that? Like you saying that or not really? It was just kind of like a...
Literally, she said, "Well, I want to question you on the night of Izzy's funeral. Somebody got stabbed." I was like, "Oh yeah, I did that shit. I'll do it again."
Got it, okay.
I'm
So,
not worried
I
about
mean-
the phone call. I'm worried about the video. Do we know how many copies there are of this? Has it been circulated already, or is it?
I have no clue, but I know that the mob might work also with the other faction, which is the Syndicate, where they're a bunch of fucking nerds. And I'm more than sure they probably could do a lot of shit with it.
Wait, they're working together?
I don't know. Not that they're working together, but what if Tony just called him, "Hey, I need a favor," right?
No, that's wild.
Okay. I mean, first we would need to find out what they even have on you in the first place.
Correct. But the only way to do that is for him to
go into the
You're
interrogation.
arrested, yeah.
Because if they do have video evidence, then we have to think up of a plan. My initial plan is duress. It is a valid legal defense. You know, if someone, I think there's like 4 elements you need to mate with duress. The problem is, fuck, I don't know.
We got to see what the video shows if there is one.
See,
That's
here's
my
the deal.
biggest thing.
You want to
over
know what
them.
I thought about doing? I thought about making a video of Tony Rico stabbing her.
Hmm.
Because in reality, I do have the murder weapon.
Okay.
And we can use that to our advantage. By staging the video exactly what she wore, exactly what Tony had on. And we could turn that murder weapon in. We could have to do it like a dead drop, in a sense.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to lie to you. After Tony did that shit, I did call Leanne Cassidy from a payphone, an unknown caller, and said, what would you do if I had the murder weapon? Using a different voice. And I told him on the phone also that I know who did this.
It's not a bad idea. And it might negate the other video.
You could do it, but we can't have any part in it.
Well,
I mean, we can. I mean,
it's all
You know.
privileged information, you know?
yeah, but that gives Vinny leverage on us later on.
Motherfucker, you work for Vulture. The fuck?
Yeah, Johnson, you kind of...
Fuck is wrong
Whatever.
with you, long dick of the law?
Yes, I have other obligations, you know?
Look, I think there's multiple options here. I think there is the video angle, maybe negates the other video, and there's no one to really authenticate which one is real.
Exactly.
It would create doubt.
It would create doubt.
That
And
is
then-
a
boom,
bad
not
thing.
guilty.
Here's the we still have the duress argument, which we'd have to prove that you were coerced into committing the murder, you know, because if you didn't, you were facing credible threat of death or serious injury. The problem is,
Oh,
though,
we were. They had literally Tommy guns on us.
well, you were basically naked too, so that plays into it. That plays into it, right? No one's gonna. I mean, I think most people don't kill people while they're almost naked with their dick out, but you know.
Ellie, don't even say it.
Didn't say anything.
Don't even think it,
I
Ellie.
didn't say anything.
The thing is, though, you'd have to go on stand and basically kind of like play up the fact that you feared for your life, and as long as you have no problem doing that, you know, you would just have to say that there was an immediate threat of death to you. It was like
I'm
a
still
reasonable
gonna
fear.
get fucked.
Not necessarily. It is a defense. You had no opportunity to escape. They had Tommy guns pointed at you. And it wasn't your fault for creating the situation. You just got coerced into it. You walked into something you didn't know what was going to happen.
Literally didn't even know what you were walking into. And your clothes can prove that.
It's worked in the past.
We can
but-
even run with the narrative of that. They stripped me down, beat me up.
Do you have any text conversations with Tony or anything that might help kind of paint the picture
let me
that
see.
he was a... kind of like a, you know...
I actually do. There was an officer killed, betrayed by her fellow brothers and sisters in blue. Vinny, find out who deceived Tina Donovan, find out who sold her out, and then the world is your oyster. Start with Lincoln Carter. You could be the one of honest men and women for the cause. Vinny, the truth will set you free.
I mean, we could spin that as in you couldn't find out, so this was your punishment.
Once I sat at your table, broke bread with you, lies. Then came the knife, not to kill, just to bury. Now I move unseen, untouched, unpaid, yet every corner I haunt was built by my hands. I am the debt you left unpaid. What am I? And that was when I said Tony Rico.
This does paint him as sort of the ringleader behind this. I think
Yeah.
I think it bolsters the duress argument.
Correct.
The thing is that we would have to throw Tony under the bus, right?
Yeah.
And how do you feel about that?
I could give two flying fucks about that piece of shit.
Well, we got our answer.
I mean, here's I'm playing devil's
But-
advocate here.
I would have to see, because obviously there's a lot of shit that goes on between the factions in the gang world.
Right.
Where
That's what I
they're
was
the
gonna,
leader of the mob. You know, we're in the cartel, so
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is if you go that route, that may set off a domino effect of other things. If he has other info on you guys, maybe that pushes him over the edge to share that, or maybe all hell breaks loose. So, I guess like something to consider.
yeah.
He has good. He has pull. He has pull with the other factions.
No, not really, but that's because when he turned around, cartel don't fuck with them. But when he turned around and said, "You better not be talking to the cops," which I wasn't. He said, "Because I promise you, I will leak the video." I said, and that's when I said, "What type of fucking mobster you are that you would talk to cops?" And he said, "Oh, it won't be me." And when I seen the syndicate do that, the syndicate literally shut down L. They deleted everybody's post. They put people negative $100,000 in debt. And I'm like, what if he would actually pawn it off to the syndicate and the syndicate leaking it out?
What kind of relationship do you guys have with the syndicate?
Fuck them.
Okay. 'Cause I was gonna say, what if you get to them before the mob does, and then you?
What if the mob already got to them?
Yeah.
Because why are they out of nowhere now? Leanne Cassidy, after that conversation I had with Tony Rico, why are they so eagerly wanting to talk to me now?
It might purely just be because of the document. Like, they might not have the video. They might have just seen the document and then you're brought in for questioning because it's the only lead they have.
Yeah, but the problem is that why did she say it's going to be a very long interrogation? If it was just because of that document, I don't think it would just be I don't think it could be a long interrogation because of that document. That's just a blanket document. Oh yeah, Vinny Pistone used to fuck Izzy and killed her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just hearsay. The problem is that I feel like that's why I'm nervous, because I feel like the only way they would really be pushing this with me is because they have that video.
Well, if they had the video, there wouldn't be a long interrogation either. They don't really need to talk to you to arrest you.
Yeah. I mean, they would just put. I mean, fuck
No,
that.
they got everything
coupled-
they need.
That with the document with. I mean, it's hearsay, but those three are enough to at least probably get PC to arrest. But, I don't know.
Yeah. It might be to do with the stabbing.
I think the approach though is go in, play dumb. We don't know anything. We see what
I
they're
just really
trying
don't want to, like, can you guys do the talking for him? Like,
Yeah,
I'm not going to say
yeah,
a fucking word.
Yeah. I mean, look, your best answer in situations like this, I don't know.
I don't know. You're
I
out
have
of your
no
mind.
knowledge. Yeah, And then if they ask things that, or kind of like court, right? Like if they ask a question, give us like a second or two buffer to just be like, step in and say like, he's not answering that, things like that, right? That way you don't like jump the gun a bit. But honestly, I I don't think that video idea is a bad idea to have in the back pocket.
That's what I was thinking. Now the other thing is, I just remembered this, but when I stabbed her, I remember her saying, "Vinny, I'm a cop," and I said, "No, you were a cop."
Hmm.
Last I saw her, and it was months ago, she was still a cop.
I know. And Tony was in the background. You're the one that fucking got Donovan fucking killed. And then Izzy was like, I was just doing my job. I was investigating. And then she looked at me and she was like, but Vinny, I'm a cop. And I said, no, you were a cop. And that's when I...
We need to see what they have
We're in a
on 'em.
kind of a pickle if they have this video.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
to see what they have on you. That's priority number one.
How
How do we do
hard
that
would it
without
be
exposing
to hard would it be to replicate this video? I mean, like, you have a good idea of like what she was wearing, how to kind of
So she was
recreate
wearing
and-
light denim jeans. She had this pink hoodie on. Her hair, she had like this blush on her face. And her hair was like that. I forgot that. It was like a pinkish hair.
You remember what she smelled like too?
Shit.
Oh,
I mean, man, that's awfully detailed.
What? You asked me, bro.
you have. I mean, here's the thing: if we were to get people to recreate it, do you have people that you
100%.
trust?
Yeah, we could,
Okay,
yeah, get my family to do it.
okay.
But yeah.
I don't think that's a bad idea just to have in the back pocket. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a knife though? Do we still have a knife that looks like the other one?
well, shit, you
Because-
have the knife,
We
right?
have it, Ellie.
We do, but if you end up handing that knife in, there's going to be 2 sets of DNA on there. So if we can
Well, the thing
find
is
one
this:
that
the night
looks
that I
like
did
it.
do it, I had gloves on.
Hmm.
I meant
I
her
had my
DNA
blue
and
meth gloves
whoever
on.
gets stabbed.
I'm sure we have another gut knife somewhere. I think I
Yeah.
gotta just check my apartment.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, tomorrow then we'll. I think Ellie, what we need to do is in the morning time.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's when we have to replicate that video.
Okay.
Now the thing is, it's going to be sketchy because we would have to go to their house.
Oh, it's going to be very... yeah.
Because that's where it all happened, in the backyard of their house up in the hills.
Mm-hmm.
Right at the gazebo.
Okay. Have you yourself seen this video too? Did he like leak it to you?
No,
or
he
no?
didn't.
Okay, okay.
But the rat fuck right away, the minute he was getting pursued by the cops that they were asking him questions, he said, I will leak that video. The little rat bitch that he is.
Got it. Okay, so taking a step back though, I mean, obviously he says he has the video, he'll leak it, but there's a chance that there's not even a video. He didn't even record it.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I can only base it off of
Yeah.
what he said, right? Because
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
but that's
Yeah.
all we can do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess we'll defer to you guys in terms of recreating the video. But if there's a way we can help with that,
What
let
the
us
fuck
know.
is
But
that?
Crystal, Cat.
All All right. Well, anything else do I need to know, or
That's it.
No,
the reason why I'm
no.
pretty quiet is because we don't know what they have against you.
that's the issue. So, do you think tomorrow before we?
I don't
have
remember
this
him being
meeting
all wrapped
with
up
them,
though.
we have that video in our back pocket, and then if we go to that meeting and they state that they do have it, then maybe we have somebody on the outside that will provide the murder
Oh.
weapon and the fucking tape to those people, to the cops.
Oh, I was not paying attention.
I mean, here's the thing. Regardless of whether we have that video or not, if they have a video, they're gonna place you under arrest.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have your day in court. You know.
They're not
and I think that'll be
gonna. They're not gonna hold you, because realistically, they're not gonna show the video. They might just say they have it, and you know how to recreate it anyway.
Yeah.
So we will have time in between, because they're not gonna keep you in jail. Like, they don't do that here.
Mm-hmm. Fine. All right. Well, I guess well, we'll kick this off tomorrow. See what happens.
Yeah, 6 p.m. Leanne's good with that. About your warrant, you want me to just try and get her to hold off on pushing it until tomorrow?
How would they push a warrant with me just saying that randomly?
I don't know. I was.
Literally, it's dumb as shit.
Did they suspect it? Like, were you seen at the funeral doing it? Like, were you masked up? Were you yourself? Like,
Wait.
oh god.
I called Carter to go clean up the mess.
Okay, yeah, that's all right. Okay, yeah. So it's probably for that.
I forgot.